If complicit is the word of the year, I shudder to think of who will be nominated Man of the Year. I just hope the next sexual misconduct scandal has nothing to do with Charlie Brown. I need to know why every time I do research, I end up standing in front of the Nazi war machine holding a hammer. While I was at work this morning, I heard a man old enough to know better describe another man as that big Jewish guy. What kind of bullshit is that? I bet Mr. Label Maker doesn't refer to himself as a big Christian guy. What I was so tempted to ask him was, do you want me to replace my magnetic employee name tag with a yellow Star of David badge? But I refrained to prevent a confrontation that ultimately would have ended badly. We all know people who can't keep their big mouths shut about everybody else. The burning question I have for them is, mirror, mirror on the wall, have you noticed that we all flush down the same thing in a restroom stall? During my time in the rooms, each person offered their own experience, either as they face a challenge or offer a solution in their sobriety. Despite the risk of someone breaking the confidentiality of a meeting, it doesn't seem to happen very often. One of the regular attendees of my group had shared that he turned on his electric stove burners and placed his hands on them. Self-harm is also a form of addiction because individuals want the release that injuring oneself may bring about. Several months later, he raised his hand and told us, "Last week, I had a feeling." This was a huge accomplishment in his recovery because he was feeling his feelings versus suffocating them using one of his addictions. I am bringing my fellow up because the one time we saw each other outside the rooms, we didn't exchange a word. We just looked at each other in a very loving and accepting way and continued walking. This anonymity is built out of trust, a trust that Mr. Label Maker doesn't understand because he can't keep his big mouth shut long enough to listen for it.